recordings right after the session, and let's talk about Total Materia. If you ever tried Total Materia before, you just have some idea about Total Materia, what we're doing. I will give you a detailed and full detailed explanation about Total Materia and what we're doing, who we are, and actually, briefly, we are connecting engineers to the material informations. Yes, this is what we do, where material information meets design, innovation, and sustainability. Well, Total Materia. This is Zaim Akyuz, and I am territory manager of Total Materia. Been 6 years that I'm working for now. It's a lot of first sight for me. Engineers worldwide, and material is the heart of any product, anything that you produce or design. Only the most accurate makes the best. Total Materia will help you to find the right material. That's what we do actually, in generally and briefly and very shortly. Recently, we announced our new webpage. If you had any chance to just check our webpage, you'll find a lot of information. It is very very good, beautiful, and content a lot of information about Total Materia. I will introduce Total Materia AG and what we're doing, and actually the details about our solutions and what's coming up next. Because where material information, media design, innovation, and sustainability is a wide of information that, of course, we just did this year about simulation webinar with my friends, and talk about metallurgy and our R&D, global R&D manager of OSECO, the additioner, was with us last month. We had perfect sessions to talk about what is it, why material is the core of design. Center of our R&D center is people. We're using high technology and data. Of course, you'll be able to find a lot of data because being 25 years, we are collecting this data and continuously improving it, and updating and upgrading Total Materia content that we have 30 plus subject expert material engineers, chemical engineers. They're carefully selecting this material information with the reference data that adding into the Horizon Total Materia database for you to find, compare, and choose the best material you can. And I'm the one of the support specialists, and we have IT team, of course, preparing you more user-friendly platform for you to find whatever you are looking for. We have worldwide industry leaders, users, to small companies. They're supporting self-esteem, their research activities, to providing them so many valuable information. And it doesn't matter if you're the biggest company in the world, or industry leader, or a small company, that you always welcome to ask technical support or access to Total Materia. That we would love to help you. And so many companies are using, so many friends that we made so far, and we have great team. I'm the running team here in sports part of Sporty. Glad to be part of this amazing genius team, to be honest. And what we're doing, we're just providing reliable data for you. We're using AI for material properties, platform connectivity, manage internal materials information, enterprise integration, and compliance and sustainability. These are all about materials. These are all about materials detailed information, which helps different engineering departments in the company. So where material information with design, emission, and sustainability, this Total Materia we have 4 leader solutions that Horizon, reference material information, and integrator in the materials management solution. Predictor is predicting properties with machine learning, and the green line is all about the footprint compliance sustainability calculations. So let's start talking about these solutions in detail. Horizon is covering over 500,000 trees in 80 plus standards and thousands of producers data sheet combines that will help you to find the best material and alternative suppliers and the best price that you can find in the world, especially for the global producers company, which just ask you a specific standard material that you'll be able to find the equivalents in your standards, for instance. And internal information, deliver approved material information, designated teams, connect, integrate into your simulations softwares, PLM tools or ERP tools together. It helps you to make your workflow easier, faster, more efficient, of course. And predictor is filling the blanks, missing properties of the material which is not provided by standards or process data sheet. You'll be able to use AI or machine learning. We can say that deliver approved material information to designated teams, connected and integrated into your simulations, PLM, tools. Compliance and sustainability part is validate against and today's and tomorrow's regulations. We'll be able to follow up-to-date information about supplying, about compliance, and find the greener alternatives during your material selection process. Let's start with the Horizon, where you access over 500,000 of material and it provides rich data at the heart of solution that is standardized and quickly checked, tools to find and compare options. You can find the equivalents of the materials or 80 different standards or producers and clear decisions. Regular updates of data ensuring it remains relevant and accurate. Global alternatives will provide reference data will provide advanced properties will provide. Yeah, I was just answering a formability question from my user, and we have star strain curves, fatigue curves, a lot of advanced properties that you will be able to find and approved reference this data, create and share reports, material identification, 100,000, and we have a lot of the best material option because it is covering over 80 standards, organizations in 39,000 standards, especially for polymers that you need a lot of different standards, a lot of different alternative materials that you will be able to find these materials according to their chemical composition and mechanical physical properties, that you have a lot of alternatives and a lot of tools to compare and find the local best equivalent alternative material. This is how it looks like. It is actually more and more user-friendly, updating every month, and each month our IT team is preparing some surprises for the users. It gets easier to use Total Materia platform. And still, if you're struggling to find the information that you're looking for, you can always ask for technical support or free of charge training. Whatever you want to see, you can send your suggestions for us to develop platform to be more user friendly. This is the material card, for instance. And right hand side, you can find mechanical physical properties to supply information and a lot of stress strain curves, joints information, and chemical composition of the joints or the mechanical properties as anchors, of course, stress life parameters, strain life parameters, and as you can see, a lot of graphs, level stresses, iso corrosion test results of the material, and temperature dependence information about all this material information that different standards updates constantly updating, as I told you, as I recently mentioned, that in every month we're looking for new materials, new material informations. It is very, very critical part of this total material. It makes the difference actually. The same material, different heat treatment, different form will give you different mechanical or physical properties that you'll be able to find in total materia. That makes the huge difference for your estimations. As you can see, all references are below the material informations, and you can compare the graphs. You can compare materials and the same materials, different forms, different heat treated options that you can compare. And with one click or 28 different simulation, that you can export this material cards, and you can use this material information to your simulation softwares. Here's where you can find alternative cross references of the material, identical, official, 100% same chemical composition, other sources, implicit materials, or in smart cross will still help you to find the equivalence material. Here is in the example 304 IEC standard materials, cross reference of Chinese GB standard material as you can see SF304 named material, or you can see different designations of the same material. We have 10 different alternatives. We can create material list GB equivalents of 304 IEC, so that which one of these materials that you will be able to find the best price according to your design. You can use this alternative materials. Without hesitating, an advanced search will give you another option when you have a material, and then material to design is different workflow, but when you have a design, you know the physical properties and mechanical durability information of this material, that you can make search. You can add so many criteria here: yield strength, minimal tensile strength, impact strength, models of elasticity value that you want to have minimum in this material, that you can filter at 500,000 to 19. You can decrease so that now you have then standard 19 alternative materials to use. Still, you can keep comparing these materials to see which one of these materials are the most suitable one for your design. It's very easy to use, and you can compare the materials side by side. Of course, we have a question already. Can we use stress strain directly in CIA? Of course, the simulations softwares, stress strain curves that you can add. I would like to show you maybe an example. When I finish all this presentation, I will show you the details, because yes, we are connected to design and simulation, delivering reliable approved materials information to your simulation softwares. That makes the difference actually different than the generic material information. You can combine with your preliminary systems, sustainability tools that we are supporting right now, 28 different formats, which means when you, I will show you actually, when you export this material card, that material card will be able to read by ANSYS or CATIA or Siemens NX or SolidWorks can read this material card. And I would like to show you more detailed information about tools and integration to support your team. Total Materia is not only for material specialists. This is also for supply chain, very important tool, and simulation specialists will be able to use all these material cards with a confident your simulation softwares. And at manufacturing, you have a lot of detailed data, and quality department will be able to control the material if it's the right material that you purchased. And sales departments still have a lot of information about the material and the product, and product steward will be able to know how to produce this material, for instance, for mobility information, interest rate curves, and so many details. And the department will always have more alternative information and for different materials, different suppliers, different price information. Before we are moving to integrator, maybe it will be nice to show you actually the question that you asked. Platform is remembering me. I'm just choosing random material here, plus there will be use all material in different languages. Okay, and any language you want. Let's show you an example. For instance, let's move to Romanian language. It will change, whole platform will change in Romanian. Let's move to another other language, Indian. Whole platform will change in Indian, let's say, or Thailandese, or any language you want. Let's say, as you can see, this is the first option that you should consider, that it's easier to use your own language. And when I click material here, what you said, if we have any option to export the stress strain curves, we have for this material, for instance, 4 different stress strain curves. Sometimes some of our users are asking if this engineering stress strain or true stress strain. These are 2 true stress strains. If we have engineering stress strain, we will have always option here. I will give you another option, for instance, another example, excuse me. And here you can see a lot of different stress strain curves. We have true stress strain by default always. And if we have engineering stress strain, you're clicking and choosing the engineering stress strain. Still, you can copy this file, or let's say you want to export this file, and all you need to click here, export to simulation softwares. And hope you can see my platform, and you can still choose Excel format, and when you choose them all, you have all. If you want only stress strain diagrams, for instance, or modulus of elasticity, for instance, as an Excel file, like the next step, you're choosing the right conditions. You can type here, like, let's say, sheet metal that you're looking for. Maybe it will filter to 5, and you have to know that in military handbook references, we have 4, 5 different sheet metal options here. Okay, and all 12 reference for this material gives you different references. You're choosing one and then move to the next step. You want to choose the stress strain diagrams. All right, so when you choose it, you're moving next. But if this stress strain is not the one that you're looking for, because it gives you whole details about the billets and yield product. You see the details, blanks, cold round, cold worked one. The one that you choose, you're just selecting the one and moving to the next step. And it gives you plastic stress strain, plastic yield stress, and all these details you will be able to export as an Excel file because we choose to export as an Excel file, remember. So this one will give you all these details, information for the loose elasticity, stress strain curves, and plastic stress strain. See? So in case if we want to export this data, the simulation software that you're using could be ANSYS. See, fatigue life size pipelines, stress strain diagrams only, let's say, or you can choose them all, of course. And when I export this file, it will be able to import by ANSYS because it is going to be the XML file which ANSYS can read. And let's choose another one. Let's say I'm Katia, okay, and yield strain information, and then this can be exported MATEB format. See the difference? So whatever simulation that you're using, it doesn't matter. It is always gives you the right format to for your simulation to read it. IND format, as you can see, for Akyuz. Still, we have 26 different options that you can choose from the list, either or export as an Excel, XML file, or you're just basically choosing the right simulation that you want to use. Simple as this. And we have formability information, high strain curves, formability first, bendability information, R factors, plus we're providing fatigue information. These are also very, very important. And strain life, stress life parameters. This is very important, the heat treatment of this material and the form of this material, specimen for the test, direction and loading conditions and stress ratio, especially high strain rates or cyclic fatigue data that you will be able to find. Number of cycles, see, it's a very valuable information. And here's the reference. And here is the product detail, experiment detail, and comments. The fatigue strength is obtained from strain life data at long life. These are a lot of information for a lot of thousands of materials. We have creep data. Okay, you want to join this material. Welding, brazing, addition information, welding method, you're choosing the filter because we have a lot of welding information. Like, okay, I'm randomly choosing one and it's decreasing in 13 different options. Still, I have different electrode options according to the chemical composition or the mechanical properties that I want to achieve. You see, and with one click, you can have electrode information here. And if you want to keep searching, with one click, you're going back. You can choose Boiler alternatives and UGWELD alternatives and IG 304 SAE. See, we have a lot of information for a lot of materials, dimensions and tolerances. These are very, very critical information. As you can see, once you click here, you'll be able to get all these dimensions and tolerances, information about strain, flaring test requirements, flange requirements, permitted wires. You see a lot of detailed information for suppliers. and material that you want to purchase. And still, it's not just like that. We have tribologic informations here. As you can see, 37 different tribologic conditions for this material. And corrosion information, 10,172 corrosion tests have been made for this material. So property you want to choose, or just say salt water test, or sea water, or acid, or ketchup, or wine corrosion. Yeah, still we have fruit juice and wines corrosion test of this material. We see 10,000 of corrosion tests. Aging information, when this material will lose its mechanical or physical conditions, irradiation, and if there's an weatherability information, we'll put it here. And we have 96 different supplier alternatives. You need to choose the country that you're living, and you'll be able to get the information where you can find this material. Okay, this is 304 IC from United States. We are not living in the United States. Let's say we are in Europe or Asia. We want to see the same material alternatives. Either we would like to go for specific proprietary information, like which producers are producing the same material as 304 AC, standard material. And this is the propriety. Ulbricht Steel and Special Materials Incorporated is producing the same material. With one click, as you can see, we can compare the chemical composition, mechanical properties, and the physical properties of the material. We can save as a PDF with one click. See, so we can find alternatives. Here, Sandvik is producing, Zaim Group is producing, Velaras materials are producing, and so many different producers are producing the similar or the same material. With one click, we can compare this two material and save as a PDF, or we want to have an alternative GB standards, just like in example, or just we want to see China, all Chinese standards after the GB, but the rest of it. See, we have 47 different alternatives, GB, YB, TNC, and different standards. We see the chemical compositions are 100% the same. And mechanical properties, yield strength, for instance, have the same value, and physical properties, and we need to save this information to share with your suppliers, your manager. And last update came for this material in April 2024. This is an example. This is generally used how to use this material information. But well, we have chemical composition, mechanical properties, 10,000 of mechanical properties of this material. That means elevated temperature, you have different mechanical properties, or if it's in minus, of course, you have different mechanical properties, as you can see. And in detailed view, we'll be able to filter this different heat treatment options of this material. And if we click here, we'll be able to find that this heat treatment options, we have one and only one condition, hardness of this material, and in minus temperature to 0. See, hardness and graphics. And the same as physical properties. It's changing minus or elevated temperatures normally. And when you want to see the detailed view, you'll be able to choose the different forms of this material. Of course, different forms of this material will give you the different mechanical and physical properties. As you can see, coefficient thermal expansion is different for the different material, but different conditions. As you can see, this is the same material, so that when you use a specific and accurate material information for your design into your simulation, you'll be able to find the detailed information here. Here's the heat treatment informations of this material and metallographic informations of this material. So detailed, so much information. Just you will be able to contact us from here and just type your message and what properties you want to see and find in Total Materia. We'll be glad to help you. But in metallography, let's say, if you want to see, here is the guided tours short video. Will explain you what is actually what metallographic information that we are providing and how you can find this information basically simply. As you can see, there are some screenshots and examples. Stability, stress strain, joints, and so many information. I hope this gives you an answer what total materia is, how to use total materia generally. Beyond that, we have an integrator solution of total materials editable version, like, because you can now with integrator will be able to add your test data into your material cards. You will be able to edit this material cards. You can either copy from the solution or you can just use this test data to generate your own internal special material laboratory. Let's say these are your materials. This is exactly, it looks like the same as Total Materia. Your materials and Total Materia still will be able to reach the full version of Total Materia at the same time. So legacy of materials, yeah, whole process that you're doing for the materials, whole testing history of this material, you'll be able to save secured Total Materia integrator. You can see internal materials with one click. You'll see the composition, mechanical, physical properties, heat treatment information, or documents that if you're using any special processes for this material. Here's the descriptions of this documentation, compliance information. We'll be able to add and fully customize material. You can see this user is not allowed to use and view stress strain diagrams, for instance. Some user will be able to see the stress strain diagrams, but not chemical composition maybe. So you can set highly secured control admin, power admin, and then user level. You can make all the settings, and some of this power admins will be able to access the total materia. Some of them only integrator, internal materials maybe. So you can set these details. You can see in kernel 718 is updated from Total Materia. And when it's updated, when you have new information about this material, you can still copy into your internal material database. If you have any question, if you would like to test to see how integrator works, always welcome. And here's another example how you can use Total Materia integrator easier and faster for your simulations. This is on SolidWorks. When you choose and edit material information, you'll be able to reach your internal database where you filtered material data. When you add your own internal test data, now you have precise, but only precise material information. You're choosing still SolidWorks and choosing what material information you want to export. With one click, now your design have precise material information, you see. I mean, it's been 20 years, 25 years that we are online. And I think like last 12, 13 years, you're able to use this material information with precision. Predictor, how predictor is helping you. From here, so far, you have 400,000 of material, 25 million records of it. Still, you want to see some stress strain curves that material doesn't exist, doesn't have it, neither standards nor producer's data sheet not provided any material information like this, or we couldn't find any proper test data for this material. Now you have predictor, where you can simulate this testing procedure, that temperature dependent predictions, physical property predictions, stress curves, so many information that you can predict now. Quick and easy calculations that you can make, tailored composition, accurate predictions you can make. Here's an example. We have a smart comp online since 2007, where you can add the chemical composition to find the material that we are using this option like a decade from now. And here's another example. We have 7075 AA, but we want T8 heat-treated 7075s mechanical properties. We're clicking here. We have 10,000 of mechanical properties here. What we are looking for, the yield strength of this material, but T8. We have a lot of different heat-treated materials, yield strength, but not T8. So what are we going to do? Are we going to go testing? No, all you need to make these predictions. 775 AA, we are choosing from the list, and moving to the next step, we are just using how it works. We want the mechanical properties, yield strength, and T8 we're choosing here, dimensions that we're typing, and product, what form, and test direction. We want to see minus 200 to maximum 300 degree, and here's your predictions and the graphs. I would like to show actually how it's really look like. Here we want to see, for instance, material, any material designation you type, we'll be able to find what we want to see here. Are we gonna have hardness test predictions, Rockwell hardness test, tensile strength, yield strength, density, heat capacity, also elasticity that we want to see, Poisson coefficient, shear modulus does not exist, but we want to simulate this test to get this material information, thermal conductivity, thermal expansion, volume resistivity, fatigue strength or stress strain curves that I want to see, and applicable one that I'm choosing this, and give me the stress strain curves. Also elasticity, what I want to use first testing forgings, plates and rolls, any materials that I want to use, let's say for the sheet metal thickness that I said, let's see, 40 millimeters maybe, or 20 is fine. Test temperature like what do we say? Normal. Let's estimate the models of elasticity according to this data. Let's estimate ultimate tensile strength longitudinal heat treatment. Do we have any hardened, aged, annealed? Annealed. Let's say, any. And heel strength. We have some information and maximum strain. Let's choose 0.1. Select here. Here is our stress strain curves. Add this conversion wheel. We have confidence interval options. See, we have all this information. We can save this data. See, and then what I'm doing is moving backward. Here's the material information. And then I can change maybe thickness to 30 only. Okay. And make new estimations. It's the same, and I'm making this test simulation. And I'm comparing this two diagrams. All the difference is 20 millimeters to 30 millimeters. And here's the difference of the stress strain. Very, very small difference, but it's critical. See? Know what I mean? This is an amazing tool that you can make a lot of estimations. And where you can save this graphs, and then you can see the difference of the same material, different thicknesses. Like, I hope it will be helpful for you. And the next step is compliance and sustainability, Total Materia green line, and achieving regulatory compliance industry standards, minimize delays and recalls by using supply chain efficiency, redefine material selection with alternatives, and up-to-date information that provides you bill of material. Sometimes for vehicles, you need to check thousands of 10,000s of materials information to see which one is compliant really, if we have any greener alternatives. See, these are very, very critical informations that you need to find up-to-date information for all this material list, bill of material that you can upload from your computer, and in the same time, up to 5 different regulations. You can check the same bill of material to see which materials are compliant according to different regulations, up to 5 and once, so that the product that you produce will, can go to United States, but it's not compliant. Some of this material you better don't send to United States, because according to California proposition, it's not compliant. Please don't. You'll be a, you'll be in trouble. So better don't send this product to United States back. It's okay to send the European Union or Asia and anywhere you want to see. So this is how it goes. And also LCA, we have LCA tool, ecosystem, human health and natural resources, that you can find different indicators, the materials that you're using for production, how it affects to ecosystem, human health or natural resources. And also this is the first step to calculate your carbon footprint, because we just choose climate change or energy demand, let's say, and this is the first step of this calculation, will give you the general effect. And when you choose one material here and see which one of these materials are greener, which one of those materials have more effect to the environment or more energy demand have for production. And the carbon footprint module launch already, you'll be able to see your own carbon footprint and the calculate detailed assessment, scrap content, country manufacturing, energy demand for transporting, and you can easy to find the greener one, local alternatives, or you can make all these calculations with precision. So carbon footprint, life cycle assessment, compliance assessor, compliance console, and bill of material assessor is very, very important, critical tools. You can combine all this materials information. It's useful for different engineering departments, different departments of your company, of course. Simulations are the starting point. We are connecting simulation tools, estimations to the real world with precision, because you will be able to find a precise material information inside tool. So this digital world estimation is not always real. So as you make precise estimations here in the digital world and actual world and production part, your colleagues will be happier for sure, because these estimations are very, very important, time saving. But as much as you make precise estimations in automotive industry, machinery, general engineering, energy, utilities, metals, inspection and analysis, aerospace, diverse side industries and academies that are using Total Materia for years. Not just only that, I would like to share with you in our internet site that we are actually serving different industries, academies, or aerospace and defense, or high-tech energy utilities, heavy industry, or automotive industry. You can see automotive motorcycles are using, racing teams are using, F1, the Gazoo Racing, Toyota, Gazoo Racing, and rail and truck and buses are using Total Materia, and different industries. And you'll be able to find our happy customer stories here in our internet site, actually, in the resources. And we'll see some of this industry leaders are using Total Materia in different industries, and they're so happy to use Total Materia for a long time. And where you can find our customers here, a lot of thousands of customers that are very happy to use Total Materia and all over the world. We have thousands of customers from different countries, as you can see. So that being 25 years online, please join us, try for free, and ask for technical support and to make sure that you're using raw material properly. We're ready to and happy to help you to use Total Materia to improve your product quality. And still, we are developing a lot of different tools for you to enjoy Total Materia. Very soon, we will announce this electrification because electric vehicles are so common these days, and we had a lot of electrical information in Total Materia. We are going to just make it easier to use. We are updating the console. We have a lot of tools with just zero carbon and so many things that announced and finished so far. And in Q2, it's coming, and soon we will announce the electrification information and Azure migration and platform integration still and always inside Total. If you have any question, if you would like to test for free with all your engineering departments, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'll send you the recordings and you can reply my email. We can set a private team meeting so that you will be able to test with your friends, colleagues. The material is hard to remember, only the most accurate makes me and Total help you to find the right material. We'll give you the more precise engineering and engineering quality in your workflow. And believe me, Total Materia makes your life easier. If you have any question, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you very much for being here with today.